Prakash was asking, will email still be important in 2023? The answer is absolutely yes. Now, one, two, three, there's five items that I want to bring up. One is, if you notice, the ad cost will continuously or will continue to creep up, right? One, because there's more demand, because after the pandemic, more people are aware of the need to have an online presence and the need to reach out to people and the need to actually get their message out. So, and with the ease of running ads now, it's kind of easy. A lot of resources that's available out there that allow you to learn how to run Facebook ads or even social media ads, right? And they're making it easier and easier for a normal layperson like you and me to be able to run ads, right? So once the demand has gone up, inventory will either remain stagnant or either reduce because this social media cannot just be running ads, right? People, you lose audience. So they will still have to then manage the inventory that's available for you to run ads. So if smaller inventory, big demand, and you definitely know there's a price effect on this, okay? And the second one is as what you have seen with Twitter, right? And in general, social media platforms are constantly changing, right? Facebook, Instagram, or even YouTube, for example, they are emulating some of the components or some of the features that TikTok has, right? And eventually, when there's a new social media comes in and a lot more people flooding to it, then there'll be a change again. So the question is, how are you going to adapt to all these changes? There's so many social media. At least now, the primary ones are your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and even TikTok. So these are the four major ones, right? Uh, did I mention Twitter? Okay, so maybe five, right? So how are you going to manage posting on all this? Each of the social media platforms are different, right? The way some requires more video, some are require, like for example, Twitter is now what 140 um, characters, for example. So limited short text, but you can run threads, right? So for a normal company, right, to do this, it will be very difficult for them. Okay, so that's one thing. And then second thing is obviously there will be more competition because more people are coming in, and now you're going to basically go into a very noisy place where everybody is fighting for attention. Okay, and then the third one, your communication or your content, right? No longer text alone is good enough. No longer video alone is good enough, or even audio like through podcast. You can do a combination of all three, plus whatever new technology that's available now. Okay, so how are you going to manage this? How are you going to drive audience or identify the right audience to send this content, send them to this content? Okay, and finally, privacy, personal privacy is going to be something important. If you notice, people are more aware of it, and most of these platforms are under a threat of, eventually they have to move to a cookieless world. Now the thing with cookies is great for targeting, because wherever what you notice, some of the sites that you go through, for example, and you see ads related to the sites or related to the subject of the site, right? That's due to the cookies, which is feeding information to all these advertising platforms. Now, eventually, when they remove cookies, what will happen is the platforms will pretty much will go blind, because they can't track who you and I, which are the sites we go through, which are the preference that we have, right? Now, with that, then your advertising platform no longer be super targeted. You'll be brought, it's almost like TV and of those days, or radio, where you broadcast on so-called the peak hours, and hopefully your message or your ads gets watched by the people that is relevant. Okay, so the messaging of your ads becomes important, but you can't really target them much, right? So these are the five things that will, from 2023 onwards, that I will notice that will change. Now, in order for you to make a difference in your business, is you want to use all these platforms because they are still widely used, to then eventually bring them into your world, right? Bring them into your own universe. And your own universe is where you communicate with them through the use of emails. Okay? So that's therefore the way I look at it, Prakash. I think email is going to be a lot more important moving forward, and because there's just too many noise, right? And you just end of the day, what you want to do is you want to communicate with the people that matters to you, or your content is important to them, right? And that's how you build a business. Okay, so long story short, I think email is going to be great, but obviously there will be more challenges because, as anything else, more people will also start doing email marketing. So your standard, or you got to raise your standard a bit more, right? You've got to be able to provide, like I said, multimedia content, more content, and you can use email to drive them through. The way you write your emails, the way you communicate with your audience through email is going to be, the standards are going to be raised. All right. So just be mindful of that. It's good to start now. You probably have another year or two before the cookieless world enters, and start building your audience. Okay. Hi, and thanks for watching. If you need my help to set up your email marketing engine for your business, just click on the link here and you see a list of services that will help you grow your leads and sales and also increase your profits through emails. I'm looking forward to working with you soon.